Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to Paisanos Music and Vinyl Talk. Look who's back. My co-host. They call her Genevieve.
No.
Happy to be back as always to talk about the Pink Floyd. And a release that was a long time coming. Pink Floyd at Pompeii. This was a documentary of sorts, filmed back in 1972 for Belgian television, I believe, and it was shot at the amphitheater in the ruins of Pompeii. Pompeii is an Italian city that had a huge volcanic eruption at some point in the ancient past and killed many people and left the area in ruins, obviously, of which I don't think they ever recovered. I'm not sure. I'd have to check that out, the history of Pompeii post-volcanic eruption. But they played in the amphitheater that was quite overgrown and neglected and falling apart. And it was quite a spectacle. And it was released on VHS in the 70s, and there was a copy of it at the library that was within walking distance to my house. And me and my friends used to rent it, the videotape from the library, and take it home and watch it, like you would a book. Nice. Interesting. We also used to take vinyl records too. They had a handful of vinyl records. I remember taking Jay Giles' Love Stinks album home and listening to it. A lot of very trusting. You know, there's a lot that can go wrong with a vinyl record, people. They get scratched very easily, and they can be rendered absolutely useless in a moment of negligence or stupidity or both. But like I said, this did not have a straight audio release until 2025, last year. And up until today, I bought a record today, as Genevieve will attest.
No.
So this is the second to last record I bought. And I got it at Bull Moose, which is a chain record store. We have one in the town the town that's nearby to me now. And I went in there and I bought it brand new. And it's, like I said, it's quite a listen. Pre Dark Side of the Moon, obviously. They were recording Dark Side of the Moon. That was featured in the documentary, the recording process. And it furthered my interest in pre-Dark Side Pink Floyd, because pre-Dark Side and post-Dark Side are two totally different bands, for the most part. But a lot of these songs were taken off of, well, more than a couple of songs were taken from Metal, which came out in 1971, I believe. And that really hinted at what was to come for this band. That was most like post Dark Side Pink Floyd. But this is quite a package. It obviously has a gatefold sleeve, some shots of the band playing in the ruins of Pompeii. So that's an old Colosseum, old Italian Colosseum. They probably had lion fights and gladiator fights there and everything else. Yeah. Who knows what went on in those Colosseums. This also came with a gigantic poster of the movie. Let's see if I can dig it out. Huge full-size movie poster.
Even so. Oh.
That is something, huh? Pretty good. Maybe someday I'll hang it up. Who knows? But it didn't come with anything else. I expected it to come with a book of some sort, but alas, it did not. Came out on Columbia. And it was recorded in the Roman Amphitheater at Pompeii, the 4th through the 7th of October 1971, for Pink Floyd at Pompeii. Directed by Adrian Mabin. Let's go over the track listing, shall we? Starts with Pompeii intro, Echoes, Part 1. Now, a major gripe about this release is, in the video, Echoes Part 1 and Part 2 are separated. Part 1 is at the beginning and Part 2 is at the end. And this would have been a golden opportunity to link them up and have it as one long 25, 26-minute song that it was on the, well, it wasn't quite that long on the album Metal, but it took up all of side 2 on the record and side 2 on the cassette. But this would have been a great time to do it, and they didn't do it. So it's separated still. So you get Echoes Part 1, then Careful with That Axe, Eugene, which is a pre-Dark Side favorite, live staple of pre-Dark Side shows. Side B, A Saucer Full of Secrets, which is fantastic, followed by Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun, which is another early Pink Floyd classic off of the album A Saucer Full of Secrets from 1968. The second record starts off with One of These Days, which is off of Metal. Then there's a video, which is kind of unnecessary, called Mademoiselle Knobs, of a dog howling into a microphone. Kind of senseless. Then Echoes Part 2, all 13 minutes and 23 seconds of it. And what I found out when I was listening to this, I didn't record the second side of the second record. And that includes another version, an alternate take of Careful with That Axe, Eugene, and another, A Saucer Full of Secrets. So, I'll have to get around to recording the second side of that. Yeah, it's every bit as good as, I remembered it from the video. Sensational. They were quite the band, as everyone knows what they became. And, I don't know what else I can say about this. It was quite a pickup. It was a long-awaited release. Many, many years until we got the audio from that. Now, tune in tomorrow night. No. Genevieve will draw the dwindling pieces of on the Pittsburgh Pirates hat. There isn't much here, people. But she is going to do her best to draw one for our review next week. No. Now, next week is going to be the 19th of April. We are just cruising right through. So until tomorrow night, YouTube. Oh, if you feel like subscribe. Be nice. No. It would be nice, wouldn't it?
Don't even subscribe at this point.
Yeah, I mean, why bother? Right?
Yeah.
You can hear this garbage anywhere. Till tomorrow night, YouTube. Thank you, and good night.
Bye.